Oh no, some other guy on the internet has an opinion on Palworld. That's crazy. But what I plan to do today is a little bit more than others. I plan to discuss why it's important Palworld is doing what it is and why it's important that people talk about it. If you're unfamiliar with Palworld or why people dislike it, or you just want to see what I have to say on the matter, just keep going with the video. If you want to skip to other things the company did, go to the timestamp on the screen or the description. And if you just want to see why any of this matters, again, go to the timestamp on the screen or the description. Alright, let's do this. I'll make this quick because it's been done to death already. The biggest thing to talk about is the design of the palace. Well, it's only natural companies would take inspiration from others, as that's a great way to express yourself creatively. There's a fine line between getting inspiration and blatantly ripping the designs, and I think Palworld crosses that line just a little bit. Now, these aren't all the examples of them doing it, but these are some of the ones that are a little more obvious. Another thing noticed by the community is that the UI of this game is very similar to Ark, Survival Evolved, in which this game takes a lot of inspiration from as well. I've also heard claims that the game uses default assets from Unreal Engine. Pocketpair, the company that makes the game, is two other games worth mentioning, Breath of the Wild and Hollow Knight. Oh, my bad, I meant Craftopia and Nevergrave. To be fair, everyone and their mother's making open world games right now, and I can't judge them for that. However, you can't tell me this isn't a Bokoblin and this isn't a Moblin. It's the same. Paragliders, of course. Very similar music as well, as you can see here. Nevergrave looks and plays almost identical to Hollow Knight from what I can tell. It looks like they threw Cappy in Mario Odyssey and then multiplayer just to spice it up a little bit, but it looks like the exact same game otherwise. You might be thinking, JTech, why should I give a shit? I love Palworld and the other games made by Pocketpair, and that's fair. You're allowed to like it. There is two major issues, though, with what they're doing. One is on the art side of it. Blatantly stealing ideas from other artists is not great. Say what you will about Nintendo. However, there are actual people that put dedication and hard work into designing Pokemon, and then just to have them steal basically just steal their creative ideas, that's not great. 3D artists, 3D modelers, and artists, they're being a little bit scammed right now. And then you could say, artists, they like to whine a lot. Honestly, is it really that big of a deal what the artists think? Sorry to my artists out there. If you like Palworld, play it if you want. I'm not your mom. Do what you want to do. However, the problem I mostly have is the precedent this sets. It's no surprise to anyone, media's been shit lately. When's the last time you've seen a good movie or TV show come out that it's actually worth watching? It's been a hot sec. Video games are slowly going down this route too. Mostly in the AAA industry, but there's the indie games. The indie games are starting to be shit too. There's still good ones, and there are a ton of games that I hope to cover that are definitely worth your time. But I don't want to see something like Palworld be considered acceptable. A friend of mine described Palworld as a slop game, just a game that just put a ton of stuff together. It's not great. It's not anything original. It's just a ton of stuff they all threw together and to make a ton of money. And they did. They made so much money off of that game. I don't want to lose gaming to this. I want games to stay good. It's been a long time since a lot of titles have been worth playing, and there's still glimmers of hope when you see games that come out. Palworld is not that. Palworld is the fact that it's all gonna become sludge. Nothing's gonna be worth doing. Sure, Palworld's creative and fun, but at what point is it just not anymore? At one point is it gonna be just, oh, I can just slap this from this game. I can take this from Pokemon. I could take this from Ark. I could take this from Minecraft. I could throw it in a game, and then just ship it out and and I'll make $1 million. I don't want that to happen. A lot of game series have a problem of just copying the same thing over and over. Pokemon, for example, and sports games are infamous for this, where they just keep shipping out the same game with different stuff on it. I don't want... That is already a problem. I don't want this to be another problem with gaming on top of that. This has been a complicated issue for me, as I usually believe in, like, it's not... Who am I to tell you what games you can and can't play? I'm not your mother. However, if this keeps happening, what's going to happen to gaming? Here's what I'm going to say. Play Palworld if you want. But at least think about what you're doing when you buy the game. You are encouraging a company to just no creativity in making their game. Just make whatever they want. Just take any assets they want, cobble them together, call it a game, and make $1 million. Nothing creative. If this is considered acceptable, it'll set a precedent that creativity is no longer a requirement to be good in any of these industries. Alright, that was a bit of rambly nonsense. This is a new channel for me, and I normally would have opened with a different video more focused on what the type of channel would be, but I wanted to talk about this while there was still hype around it, and also because, you know, I like views, and then also because I thought it was important to talk about while it's happening, though I'm, of course, still late to the party. Most of this channel will be game reviews where I talk about games, good or bad. I'll play through 100% of the game. If I got time, I'll try to 100% it too, just so I can fully confidently say, because a lot of game reviews don't play the full game. They'll play like 10 minutes of it and then make a judgment based on that. I want to play a game to completion, and maybe 100% the game if I can, just so I can say this is a good game or not. While having like an accurate representation of the game. I won't be rating Palworld. I never plan on buying it, never plan on playing it. But it would be unfair of me to rate a game without playing it. I do not want to support games like this. There might be a couple videos like this in the future, but the main focus of this channel will be just, hey, this game is good because these reasons, or this game sucks because of these reasons. Oh boy, can I not wait to make all of you angry. Consider subscribing and such. I'd like to know if people like care about me doing this, because if they don't, then, you know, then it's, you know, I don't know if I'm gonna keep doing it. That's all for now. See you in the next video where we'll actually get to review a game.